Hi, I'm Paul, and I'm going to give you an example of my answer to a IELTS speaking part one question. And to make it uh, natural, I've recorded my answer separately. I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to make a couple of comments about the answer to help you um, apply these lessons to your own performance in the exam. So I'll just go and play my answer now to the question, what did you do in the morning when you were little? Think about how you could stop this video and think about how would you answer that? What did you do in the morning when you were little? So think about what you would say and then listen to what I said. Let me just get the answer ready. Should actually it's hard to say. Um, I suppose it depends what age. But normally I went to school nearly obviously on normal days I went to school. I had breakfast, got ready, went to school, nothing very exciting, and then did whatever the teacher said at school. As far as I remember, that was my normal routine. Okay, so that's my natural answer there. That's just the way I would answer that kind of question, talking to anybody. So I begin with actually, actually, it's hard to say. I suppose it depends what age you mean. So it's hard to say. It depends. So I'm thinking about the question and giving a clear answer, but I'm saying, when I could expand that when I was 5, I did different things, I suppose, from when I was 15. But it's hard to say. I don't repeat the question, but then I just say um, some typical things. I went to school, and when we're speaking, we haven't polished it. This is not an AI answer, so I don't say I went to school. I got up at 7:30 and then I had some breakfast and then I went to school and I would do maths on a Monday and something on a Tuesday. That would be very weird because, first of all, nobody remembers like that. And it just sounds as though you're talking nonsense or you've written something. More likely you're talking nonsense in the exam just because nobody has that kind of stuff ready in their mind. So I'm thinking because I'm trying to communicate in English. So I repeat myself really. I say, normally I went to school, and then I say, obviously on normal day, I'm thinking, obviously on normal days, I went to school. I had breakfast. I got up, had breakfast, went to school. I'm kind of repeating myself because I'm just outlining these points. I don't have to say. I had breakfast at 7:30, and after that, after finishing breakfast, I did this. It's not natural to do that. I'm just listing the points. I got up, I had breakfast, I went to school. Then I think I did what the teacher wanted me to do, asked us to do, told us to do. So when we're speaking, we are trying to, we do not speak in the way that we write. This is the point. I chunk my language and sometimes I repeat or I rephrase because that is how we speak. So, of course, you can't be perfect, but if you're trying to be thoughtful and think about these structures patterns, give a clear answer. Even when the clear answer is actually, it's hard to say. I always have fillers in my answer. Normally, I did this, maybe, or obviously, I went to school. Normally, everybody does this kind of thing, and then you have a very natural sounding answer. Just one other point I will mention here is that we are not looking for clever answers. There's no fantastic answer, right, great, marvelous answer. What did you do in the morning when you were little? We're looking for ordinary answers, the way a native speaker would answer. And so you're not marked by each question. You are given a general assessment across the whole of the speaking test. So what you want to do is to produce consistent, natural, well phrased, chunked answers, and including some good structures. But here we always give a clear answer at the beginning. Okay, I will leave that there at this point.